Hello everybody, welcome to I Am Maggie. So what we are doing on this channel, we are working a nice slow crawl through Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. And this book is to help how to change lifelong defeating thinkings and habits. And currently we are in chapter 2, Your Two Minds, and we're picking up where we left off. So here we go. Creative consciousness. In this paradigm, the conscious mind is more accurately described as the creative conscious mind. This close to the surface, non-habitual mind makes endless decisions about what you wear. Brian Scott's art, just saying, check out his art. I'll put a link. Okay. What you eat, what appointments you keep, what time you go to bed, and the thousands of other daily chores in your life. This invisible and placeless place is part of your brain that makes and cancels plans, adds new ones, and thinks continuously. This creative consciousness is always there, to the point that even when you want to shut it down, it can be extremely difficult to do so. So this is kind of the part that we see when people have, dementia, Alzheimer's, or maybe they're poisoned by chemicals in their workplace or the environment, or even, have like some type of event. It's kind of that part is off. So the thoughts keep coming, and healthy, so to speak. What an immeasurable benefit to consider that this vast, mysterious mind is really part of the source that creates everything, as Spinoza suggests. So it's like we are clay jars, we are the temple of God, and He is dropping in these ideas into us, and it's up to us to pick them up and run with the ball. So the ideas coming from the universe are endless. So if your mind is a creator, and you all are, your minds are creators, just as God's mind is a creator of the universe, then it can perform at the absolutely highest imaginable, highest level imaginable. So that is something I just put that favor on you, that all of your minds, you have the mind of the creator, that your minds are creative, that God's mind is a creator of the universe, and so is yours, because you have God's fractal in you, so you are part of the universe, and essentially the universe is playing out within you. So what universe are you creating? Okay, the creative force asks for nothing and has no ego. It simply is an instrument of giving, providing, and offering at all times, with no consideration for itself. Put another way, the highest calling of your conscious creative mind is to be the human equivalent of God's mind. And we're getting there. Yet you'll probably agree that most of your thoughts focus on that relatively tiny universe of your human self. So kind of like the ego edging God out, right? And more, instead of like service to others with balance, more selfish and self-serving. But anyway, we do know we need to be giving from a full cup. We need to take care of ourselves so our gift is pure and not covert and overt. So here we go. Rest assured that you can choose to learn how to shift your everyday thoughts away from what am I doing, what can I get, and how quickly can I get it, to Spinoza's concept of discovery, the highest functioning, all-knowing part of yourself. This may sound like a tall order, but I guarantee that reprogramming your creative conscious mind is really a simple matter. The endless thoughts of me, me, me are close to the surface and highly susceptible to change. You'll have the opportunity to practice this when you study the paradigm for eliminating excuses in the third part of this book. And so right now we're in the first part of this book. Okay, so moving on, this subcategory is creative consciousness. So here we go. The creative conscious mind can do almost anything you instruct it to do. It can change thoughts at your bidding, practice affirmations you create, wander in blissful meditation at your invitation, and learn almost any new skill at your insistence. It can think of everything you direct it to. Your mind can think everything it's directed to. So what are you directing it to? I challenge you on this. Just become aware. Just start to note it down so that if it's not creating in a way you'd like it to or directed in a way you want it to, we're going to shift that and we're going to move in that spectrum to the next life track. So through discipline, effort, and continual practice, it can also accomplish almost anything you focus your thoughts on. So encouraging. We can accomplish anything we focus our thoughts on. The problem with creative consciousness is that its constant shifts and changes can overwhelm or flood you. And I think many of us have experienced that. It's often referred to as the monkey mind because it keeps flitting about almost continuously, flitting, flip, like a butterfly. We love you butterflies, but I'm just saying, imagine if your mind is like how the Bible says, like washing back and forth like the waves instead of one mind, or like he said, flitting about. So the monkey mind, because it keeps flitting about almost continuously, first having one thought, then another, then still another. Most of this close to the surface mental activity is the ego's attempt to dance to the beat of rhythms and influences that are outside of you, which are probably unwanted, unnecessary, and running your life without your permission. So like, guys, we know this, like with social media or TV or the music we listen to, it kind of takes our locus of control and focus and it puts it out there. So instead of us stepping up and living our lives or taking action towards our goals, we sort of sit back in a sleep state. So I want to encourage you to get up. So your creative consciousness has developed a weak connections that's full of static. So its signals from a part of an infinite intellect of God are silenced by an ego-based accompaniment that broadcasts what's in it for me, how do I look, how much money can I make, how can I get ahead, whom do I have to please, why are there so many demands on me, and on those thoughts come and then go and then come right back. So kind of like commercials, except they're running around you and affecting your ability to hear the clear messages from God. So there's a static evidence that the conscious mind occupies approximately 5% of the total workings of the brain, leaving 95% to the realm of the subconscious. I think as we continue to go, those numbers are going to start shifting as people become more awake and alert. But like the basic premise is there, that 5%, basically the mind occupies 5% of the total workings of the brain, leaving 95% to the realm of the subconscious. So 95% can be laying underneath the waters. Percentages interest me less than the ability to sense your mind as not some amorphous component in your being that's constantly changing from one ego-based thought to another, but rather as evidence of your nature or your connection to the infinite intellect of creation. This style of magnificent respects alerts you to your ability to access the highest function of your brain. So that is powerful, and it's an incredible gifts in there. Okay, very empowering. Okay, let's do that again. The percentages interest Wayne Dyer less than the ability to sense that your mind as not some amorphous component of your being that's constantly changing from one ego-based thought to another, but rather as evidence of your nature or your connection to the infinite intellect of creation. So you are connected to the infinite intellect of creation, which means, as like Joe Dispenza has in his videos and also his meditation, I am a genius, right? Not in this ego like I'm a genius, but I have the ability of genius because I am created to the intellect of the creator. So the style of magnificent respect alerts you to your ability to access the higher function of your mind. And so that just tells you wherever you are at in this world, wherever you're functioning at, we can tap into the intellect of God. And if your mind, you don't feel like you're performing at the best, if you continue to work at this, you can get your mind high functioning, excuses be gone, creating beauty in this universe. So again, I want to challenge you. What kind of thoughts you have? What kind of universe are you creating? I would love to hear in the comments. Subscribe and like now. I appreciate you taking the time to spend with me. This time is precious to me, and I love being with you. And you know what's next, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace in. Peace.